Hello, this is Mark Sloan. It's the 15th of March 2014 and we are at the Alice project, and this is a detailed walkthrough of the loft level. Alright, we're going to talk about what's all up here. Right here we're up in the choir loft. We're looking at the very north wall, where the bookcases will be located, and we've got lumber here. This is leftover lumber that was originally part of the choir rail. I disassembled the choir rail and all of its parts are laying here. We'll try to reuse some of those if possible. They're mostly oak plywood, very thin oak plywood, like a quarter-inch, and then a whole bunch of wood trim. We'll try to reuse those best we can. All right, so we're up here in a choir loft and we'll be looking down below here. All right, so here is the look down the center aisle. We've got the two steps up. On the right-hand side here is a light switch, which is connected to these legacy overhead lights, or as they're labeled, Old West lights. The light switch there actually will function those, and right below it is a receptacle, an outlet that is connected to the hallway circuit, and it's going to be a night light. There'll be they make outlets that look like night lights. Over here on the right side, or on the step, there is a electrical outlet as well as a low voltage, and it's got cables all in it. And over here on the opposite side, we've got another electrical outlet that is connected, and those are all from the new system. All right, so the railing goes down the left side, and there'll also be railing on the right here as we come up over the top of what I like to call the sky bridge. It takes us up through this little reading nook and into the loft level. All right, so here inside this wall we've got some outlets. These would be on the hallway circuit, and then there's ones on the opposite side which would be in the bedroom circuit. The ones in these window bays are powered from a switch inside the office there. Those are for, I'd like to put in glass block that has lights in it, or some kind of something that's translucent with lighting in it for ambient lighting. All right, so these are, and it's open up above, and these are 36-inch wide by 48-inch tall window bays, which match the ones in the cry room downstairs. All of the window bays up here, there's quite a few of them. They are all exactly the same size. They're all 36 by 48 inch, every one of them. That made it a little bit easier. All right, as we come down the hallway here, we saw there's a pair of outlets here. Right on our right here is a central vac receptacle, which goes down, and then above it is wall sconce for lighting. We've got like outlets here all along the hallway, every 12 feet, so that you can hook up a vacuum or whatever you might have to hook up. Okay, here we are in what's called the north office. There's an area that is for a bed back here. There's outlets there that goes down, power goes down and across to the other side, and then this is the inside of this wall as you come down. All right, and then here's the flip side. And this wall right here is that switch I just mentioned. It connects to those lights that will be inside these window panes over here. These ones will be translucent. They aren't designed to be seen through. They're just there to make the room not feel so dark and cramped. And since we have no outside windows in here, up above is a light. These three windows on this side, on the rail side, are designed for two things. One is to let light into this room. The other one is to look just like the ones in the choir loft, which I can just happen to see right down there. You can see how the choir loft windows are. There's three of those. These are laid out the same way, in the same style. They're just sized a little bit differently. We sized these all 3 feet by 36 inches by 48 inches, or 3 feet by 4 feet, so it'd be a little easier to work with them. Okay, and I think they're all actually oversized, so that you put the wood trim and all that in there. All right, up above us is the joists that go across, or rafters, I don't know what you would call them in this particular application, to the loft up above, which closes this whole area in. There is 2 lights, one right here, and then one over there. The far one is got a metal box that's designed to hold a ceiling fan if needed. The other blue box in the ceiling will be for the fire detector, smoke detector, for the fire warning system. All right, so there's that far closet. Okay, so here's these walls and how they look. Alrighty. And there's the, I like to go for lights and overhead lights and ceiling fan. All right, so in here, in the closet space, we've got the ceiling up there, but we purposely left this ceiling open up above, so it's clear. You get this nice clear view of the ceiling above you. It was done kind of on purpose, just because it kind of was a fun thing to do. So when you actually step into this closet, it's like stepping into a little bit different space. All right, this closet does have its own light switch inside. There's a light switch there and a wall mount light so that you can turn on the light, see what's going on. There's outlets in here. There's one way back there. And there'll be another one over here. These outlets would be on the north bedroom circuit because we try to keep them consistent. Right in front of us here is the back side of the built-in bookcase that we would see in the, what would be called the west office. And over here is the trapdoor that goes down for the hidden passageway. There'll be railing, or grab bars actually. The ladder will be below, and up above here will be grab bars. There'll be 5 of them, all the way up to, so we're basically right here, we're 15 feet off of the floor from below if you open the trapdoor. So we'll have a 10-foot ladder and then 5 grab bars above it. So when you open this up, you can grab the grab bars and work yourself down the ladder. All right, so there's the north office. Come out, you can see to the north, up to the library area, to the east, which is down into the dining room and the kitchen, and then back down the hallway. Another wall sconce. There's a total of 3 on this wall and 1 over there on that far wall. And then there's, as we come along, there's yet another central vac. It's a long hallway, so it takes more than 1 central vac to reach it if you were so inclined, and another electrical outlet. All right, so now we come to what's called the west office. As we step in here, this one has a little different shape to it. We've got this short wall on this side. In the short wall are 3 outlets that face this room, as well as low voltage going back to the main load voltage panel. And then we also have 2 wall sconces that are located in here that will be on the opposite side to provide lighting to that room down below. Okay, so that'd be kind of a nice effect. And there's more outlets, plenty of outlets in all of these rooms. All right, so here's on the east wall we have the 3 windows, just like we had down or in the north office. We have the 3 windows that can see what we've got, and then we've got this area back here. In the ceiling, we've got 2 overhead lights, and then in the center is a ceiling fan, and they're actually switched independently, so that we can have a light and ceiling fan switches, and those switches will get right there next to the door. Okay, and then the blue box over by the doorway, that's for the smoke detector. Okay, here we can see the back of the half bath, and that's how its plumbing is it in there. And then here we are going into this closet. Okay, so there it is, this walk-in closet. This is the back of the linen closet that we'll see in the master bathroom. It is designed so they can slide laterally to the right here. It'll just slide over so you can open it and close it. Use it as a secret passageway. Here we're seeing that. There's an electrical outlet in here. And as well as we come into this large closet, there's a light switch and an overhead light. That light is connected all the way around to way back here in this storage area. There are two wall sconces that will be powered by that same light switch. So we get this long, short, I mean it's 4 feet tall maybe at the highest point, and maybe 18 inches on the lowest storage area. So it's not a lot of height to it, but it's a good place. You can store things like the Christmas decorations and that kind of stuff. We'll have to leave a clear space here so that linen closet can open. All right, and we'll go back to the office here. You can see how everything looks. Okay, now we continue on down to the half bath. So we come in here. It looks just like that. There is the toilet area. Directly behind it, we're seeing the shower from the master bedroom. We use the shower bay as kind of a pipe chase. You can see we've got cold water coming up for this toilet right here. Then right behind it is cold and hot for the shower itself. Those are going up right there, and there's the actual shower. And there's a vent pipe for the shower drain. There's an electrical box next to the back, right behind the toilet. We have that behind all three of our toilets that we added. That's for if you wanted a heated seat or those kind of features on your toilet. Left hand side you see a pipe that is that's the vent fan from the bathroom that's directly below us. Actually comes up here and goes across. All right, and this wall is there's another vent pipe coming up. And up above you can see there in the ceiling we've got a ceiling vent fan with ceiling light, and that fan is vented out there and it goes up to the loft where it'll go out through the ceiling. Okay, on the other side of the bathroom we've got a wall mount light over the top of what would be the mirror, and then we've got a GCFI outlet right there, which actually is is where the ground fault will go, but the outlet behind me by the toilet is the load off of that one. So they're connected together to the same circuit, and this is where the vanity will be. Over here on the side we've got a nightlight. We put these built-in nightlights beside every toilet we added, as well as in each major hallway. I'll show you where one is here in a minute, and there's the plumbing pipes coming up. And that outlet there would be fed from the west bedroom, providing power to that closet. All right, so we'll step back out into the aisle here. This is the master bedroom directly in front of us. On the wall to the right, you can see another wall sconce, but in front of it, closest to us, is the CO2 detector. Behind us is the fire alarm, which would be a horn. But over here, because we have a commercial fire alarm system, there'll be another detector located way up there. But this is the CO2 detectors, because we need those also. And they're separate. I made them separate systems. And this is a little landing that goes to the spiral staircase below, which takes you down to the where the spiral staircase will go down to the breakfast nook area, which sits right there. And then the rest of the kitchen, and we'll go through the kitchen, and then the next video we'll have a detailed video talking about the main floor. Right, and then you can see all the way down there. Okay, we keep spinning around. Here's another one of those night lights located right next to there's an electrical outlet here. There's a night light, and on the opposite side is the central vac. One thing about these specific central vac outlets, or receptacles they're called, inlet I think is the actual technical term, is they're powered. We got the kind that are powered, so they're actually fed from the hallway circuit here. You see it comes right over there. Here are two switches, which one is for the loft lights, and the other one is for the wall lights. The wall lights are these wall sconces we're seeing right up here. They go all along down this wall. And the loft lights feed lights on top of the loft. There are actually lights up here. You can see them. They're illuminated right now. You can see them up there shining straight up. And their purpose is to make the nice glow of the ceiling above us so that we can see it well. So that's where the switch is for this. There's another switch. This is a three-way switch. There's another one located directly below us in the main switching center, and we'll show you that in a different show. All right, so here we've got the little landing. There's another one of these wall sconces, and it is there's another outlet. We step into the master bedroom. Looking at the same backside of that same wall. There's a window here that you can use to look out, see what's going on out there. Gives a little more light, and it makes it feel a little more open. Got the light switches here. Now the interesting part of these two light switches is that these are the only light switches we put in the whole, or this whole part of the project that are being tied into the existing lighting system, the legacy lighting. They are part of that, and it was a significant project to make that happen, to get that up here. Neither one of these circuits were switched before at all. They turned the lights on and off by flipping a breaker in a panel. So we tied into them. The switches are right there, and one set of those is for these lights right here that are up above us, these overhead lights. Originally were called the altar lights, now they're the master bedroom lights. And the other one is for there's these spotlights that used to shine down on the altar. We can control them now from a switch right here on the wall. There's one that's up on the peak there. And there's one on each side here. They've been removed now to facilitate drywall installation. There's the one on the far side way over there, because they're really close to it. But once the drywall's up and we're finished, we'll put new light fixtures up there and make it look nice. On this far wall here, we've also got low voltage in the corner. There is a electrical outlet right there. Now you can see the back side of one on the other side. They'll be on separate circuits, of course, because one would be on the hallway circuit, one would be on the bedroom circuit. We did electrical circuits in this building so that every room had its own. Makes it a whole lot easier to isolate things later on in life. May make installation a little more costly, but it sure makes it easier long term. Up above us here, you can see a fire alarm horn. And then the actual detectors will be located way up there. You can see the red wire laying up there by the top of the framing, but it'll be mounted up much higher eventually. All right, up here above this blocking, we've got the thermostat wire. Comes from here. And actually, let me step back here for just a second. This thermostat box right here on the wall has two wires in it, a brown one and a white one. The brown one goes down below, and it goes down to the utility closet where the manifolds are for the underfloor heating system. So that would be to control the underfloor heating system. The white one goes up above here, and it's going up to the loft. And that's where there'll be an air handler and air conditioning. So the air conditioning will be in a separate system. Right here, these three boxes are for air vents, actually for the air conditioning. We have cold air returns in this room, so we need to also make sure that air is coming in. So we'll have to open those up. And then right here, we've got the mount for the TV, and right below it is a electrical outlet and another low voltage. Master bathroom. Right through here, there's an outlet, of course, which will be on the bedroom circuit. But as we come into the master bathroom, you see we've got the sink, goes right there. And there's an outlet underneath the sink. So you could charge something, you know, if you had an electric toothbrush or something, you could make that work. On the right hand side is the actual GFCI that runs this whole room. The other ones would be load off of that. And up here is the actual box that's tied to the lights. The lights, there's be a mirror across the vanity here. This is where the vanity would be. There'll be a sink right there. You can see the plumbing comes up. There'll be a vanity with a mirror mounted onto this big beam we see going across there. So we'll be looking directly at a mirror at some point. We need to put lighting. My plan is to put lighting on that beam shining up behind that on that wall, so it comes up over the top of the mirror, and that's where we'll get power for that. As we came in, we've got 3 switches here. See if we can see them. They are set up to be light, fan, heat. Okay, the light switch will go to that box we just saw behind us on the wall by the vanity, and the other 2 go up above. We've got a fan unit in the ceiling that has a heat lamp in it, so there'd be 1 switch for the heat lamp and 1 switch for the fan. That unit is vented up above to the loft and then out above that. There you can see the pipe. That pipe that's coming through there is actually from the bathroom directly below us. We saw that here just a few seconds ago. That pipe comes up behind the shower and then it comes up here. Here's the shower unit, sits in here. We've got furring in front of the 2x4, that's why you can't see behind them, but that full shower is right there in place. And then we've got this wall. Try to back up so you can see it all. There's this wall to the right, and then there's an outlet down low, so you could actually do a vacuum or whatever you needed to in here. This is a toilet room. And there's an outlet behind the toilet. There's cold water for the toilet and an outlet for it, so that you can power it. Those are fed from over here. There's the GFCI for that, and that's a separate circuit than the other bathroom circuit, separate 20 amp circuit. In this wall here, right next to the toilet, I mentioned before, we put a night light beside all the toilets. There's the night light box right there, and it's switched from below actually, but they're all switched together. And right here is a box that will have the light and fan. There's a separate fan unit in this room above us right here. It's vented directly up, so let's get a fan and light. The light here and the light there are switched together, so that you flip it on, you get both the heat light and that. Yeah, this would be a toilet room, so I don't know if we'd actually install a heat bulb in this fan. Maybe just a regular bulb. But we put the second light back there, so it's a little easier to do some reading while you're in here. Okay. And you can see the back of those wall sconces that are in that storage area. All right. Now, master bedroom. Again, there's outlets all along the wall that were added. There's a junction box below below us that ties them all together, because with this wire mold, it wasn't possible to do 2 wires into each one. But they're all the way around the room. And then on the back wall, you can see them. There's an outlet, a switch, and a light back there, so you can see in the dressing area. Directly in front of us is the built-in bookcase. It has an electrical outlet there. There's a switch in the center here, which will power. There's lights up above on the top of that. And this light in this bay here in the center is switched with that. So you flip that on, you'll get all those lights on. There's another electrical outlet here. These will be built-in bookcases on each side here, with the bed sitting directly in the middle. Electrical outlet on the end. And then up in the ceiling there, you can see the lights that are pointing straight up, mounted there. And there's actually a light inside the closet on each side. We've got his and her doors. So we mounted lights above each door, and they come down. Now I mentioned before that light switch that's doing the lights up above that are pointing straight up. They are also to these boxes up here. You see there's a blue box up by the top of each one. That's for if we want to put lighting inside those built-in bookcases, some kind of little accent lights or something. You could plug them in right there and they'll all be switched together. Okay, and there's an outlet in the center of the closet. And then right here, here's a switch. This is the switch for the lights that are inside. And here we are back in the back entryway. And as we look down through the center of the building, there we are. You can see the whole project and how she looks. Get this beautiful view going. And I need to wander back this way. We'll go to the very edge over here. Look back and let you have a nice view of that as we close. So thank you for watching. Once again, it's the 15th of March, 2014. Framing's complete. Mechanical's complete. We are ready for drywall. So we'll